I thought I was on trail, but it just dead ended right here. Products Pride for animals and a tarp. What is going on here? Good morning on day 21. I was getting ready to go, inspecting the bottom of my shoes. I noticed there are several thorns in here actually, so I'm going to try to take them out because I don't know how long they are and I don't want them coming out the other side. So let's do it together. I had these little tweezers here. Let's see how. Oh, that was a little one, not too bad. Okay, this one. Oh, just a rock. There's one here. Oh, it flew out of my tweezer, but that thing was a 1/4 inch easily. And I think that was the last thorn I saw. Here's another one. Oh my gosh. I mean, not super big, but I don't want that coming through the other side. There's another one. Oh, yeah, that's over a 1/4 inch. Don't want that coming through the other side. That's a tiny one. Here's another one. Oh, tiny. They just covered in thorns. All right, here's the other shoe. Weird. I don't really see anything. Oh my gosh. That just came out the bottom part here. I mean, it was like that far in. So if you had thin soles, that would have come poking right through. Wow. There's the road I came down. It's way on the left there. And this is just like a really washy area and people camp here. But over here under this tree, nice level campsite. It wasn't perfect, but it was totally protected from the wind, so it was a great night. It's really cloudy today. Yesterday was super cloudy in the morning as well. But then by 10 o'clock it totally burned off and we were in scorching sun until I got over this hill. Over there was the original spot I was gonna camp, and that's like another nice level area. But not as good as the one I chose, but thank goodness this is here. What's going on here? It's like a vertebrae and some ribs. It's I don't know if it's just washed up here because of the way the terrain is kind of created. It does look like a wash right here. I don't think someone would have barbecued a whole vertebra. That's weird. Good morning. As we walk away from this campsite, I thought I'd just go over something that happened last night. I'm actually kind of hungry right now because I kind of wanted an earlier head start today because I knew there's going to be a lot of up and downs today and I want to do over 20 again. So I woke up thinking, oh my gosh, hey, it must be 6 o'clock. It's getting get a little brighter. So I actually prepared my oatmeal and grits, even laid down for a little bit, got up, ate it all, and I looked at my phone to see if it was time to get ready to pack up, and it was 2 o'clock. I ate everything and I was like, ah. The moon is almost gone, but I guess it was just still enough where it tricked me thinking it was like really early morning. And now I'm kind of hungry already. I thought because I ate kind of a bigger breakfast at 2 o'clock I'd be okay right now, but I guess I'll have to eat some more. I mean, at least I got to eat more, put more calories in me. But the moon got me again, one last time before it goes away. It's so tricky. I think the problem this time was sometimes you could see the moon because it's just one bright spot and you know it's the moon. But yesterday was a little cloudy, so it dispersed the light. So it made me think it was, you know, like in 45 minutes before sunrise or something. Oh, you moon, you trickster, I'll get you. Check out these darker clouds up ahead. It looks like it's drizzling or something out there, just scattered here and there. I think we're heading that way too. I wonder if it's gonna keep up. It's supposed to be rain. I thought it was Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. May rain today, who knows? We're at the Rogers Trough trailhead, and there's the road, and there are actually 4 cars in the parking lot. First 2 I could see. I can't believe that car tried to do some of the sections. They were rough. And then there's even a smaller crossover. I guess Subaru, but it's not lifted or anything. That's a pretty rough section for those little cars. I thought I would be having trouble with mine, but they can do it. Well, we are off into the Superstition Wilderness area now. And I'm just going. Should be regular bad water sources coming up, but there's a good water source at 9 miles. Can I go 9 miles with 1 liter of water? It's very cool and cloudy. I think it can. Should I though? I stopped to take a picture of this wilderness sign, but my camera, my big camera, I had it on all night, I think, and it says battery exhausted. I think what I'm going to do is actually take out a pastry so I can eat something real quick, and I'll just plug a battery bank into it. And I'll just run a cable and try to let it charge throughout the day. Maybe try to get at least 20-30% before the water source, and I'll just unplug it there. Make sure your stuff is off. This is how I'm hiking now. There's a USB cable running down to the 10,000. That's why I like having a little one as well as a big one, because with the little one you're more flexible. Kind of wish I had a longer cable, but it's charging the camera, and I'll do this until the water source maybe, and it should get enough power to supply me for the rest of the day. I don't know, we'll see. Right off the trail there's a stream here. The Revis Creek actually runs throughout the whole thing, and they said there are good pools here and there, and this one seems better than the ones I saw before. And if you look closely, it's actually running pretty well. There's a lot of algae, but there's not as many floaties exactly. I think if I get a scoop running, it'll be all right. It actually started drizzling just a moment ago, and I thought it was going to come harder. The rain started picking up. I got my camera covered up. I unplugged the charger. I'm pretty sure I don't have too much for charging there. I probably just take some pictures. But I'm going to hike with 1 trekking pole and 1 umbrella now. I just had the umbrella in my hand. I didn't bring a pack cover. The ULAs are not waterproof at all. They absorb rain like crazy. But all my puffy stuff, warm weather stuff, they're all in a compactor bag in the bottom. So hopefully that'll be okay. But clouds don't look good. I think it is going to rain. I honestly thought I was not going to get rained on at all. Like all the PCT, we got rained on the first day or the second day, and then not until Washington. But as soon as we stepped into Washington, it rained every day for a while. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think we're going to get rained on. This is good for people, I guess. I was not expecting this at all. Every time I heard that forecast for rain, I thought, that's silly. It's not going to rain. And a couple times so far I've heard it. Didn't rain, but this one looks like it's going to rain. Can you hear the noise? I got my umbrella up. I got to keep it tilted so it covers more of my pack. But it's raining harder and harder. I thought we were in a drought. Arizona, huh? It's coming down a little harder than it is evaporating, but it's coming down. Look at these beautiful flowers. Nice, huh? I just went over the saddle, and right before the saddle, the wind from behind me was just so loud, so strong. But we're not too low off the saddle, so the wind is still kind of blowing, but big burn area over here. It's pretty wild. The other side wasn't nearly as burned. There's spotty, but a lot more. And look up there. blue skies. Looks like blue skies are blowing in. So, oh, it's so windy. Look at that. The sun was out. It was much more clear earlier. It was much clearer earlier. Of course, I pull out the camera to say, hey, the sun's out. It goes away. Oh, the sun's out now. There you go. It's in and out, but it's coming out for good soon, I think. This trail is rough. Actually, this part's way better than just earlier. I gotta record things when things are really rough. Okay. Lots of burnt trees, though. So we have about 6 miles to Pine Creek, and I'm gonna water up there. Because it started drizzling at the last water source, I didn't chug any water, so I actually still have a lot of water on me. So I'm gonna slow down here and drink a whole bunch just to really hydrate myself and take off my rain jacket because it looks like the sun is coming out. I bought these Haribo gummies just to try it out, and they're sweet and sour. But man, I put a bunch in my mouth, and after I finished, I was drooling. I think I was drooling and I didn't even notice it. And I felt it, and I wiped my cheek, a bit of drool like on my sleeve. I'm gonna try it again, see if I get the same effect, but sweet and sour. I don't know if I'm gonna get these anymore. Now here is an oddity right off trail. It looks like somebody saw some rocks in a tree and then decided to put some rocks, and more people put more rocks. There are a lot of rocks up there, and then there's even a crevice down low with a ton of rocks. Weird. I thought I was on trail, but it just dead-ended right here. Products Pride for animals and a tarp. What is going on here? This trail, it's a mess over here. Thank goodness there's a sign for it over here. Behind me, it's just these fields of grass, and grass is just knocked over in every direction. It's so confusing. What's even odder is if you follow gut hooks, it's just gonna take you into the tall grass. You have to make this weird loopy loop. Very odd. New type of flower. It's weird, it's flowers, but there's like green stuff going inside the flowers. Look how lush it is back there, and on the side of this mountain, just dense trees. It's pretty wild. We're in a totally different environment. It's changed so often. You go up a little, you go down a little. Sometimes you go up a little and it's actually even more desert-like. But I think it's because lower there were creeks running, and lower than that it becomes desert again. But it looks like we are going straight here. We're gonna skirt some saddle and then get presented with all new views. Not sure what to expect here. Are we gonna be able to see Roosevelt Lake soon from whatever high point we'll be at? I don't know. We're still like 20 miles away from it. Maybe, who knows? Several times I've been to an area like this, and I'm expecting water pools, and I'm like, oh, this looks like a creek, but uh-oh, I'm in trouble. But then a little further up is a nice green, pretty big, relatively deep pool. It's very nice. I'm gonna go on the other side, lay my pack, and figure out how much water I need and get to work. So this is Pine Creek. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I don't see any flow. And it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and it's not moving. But if you look closely, I almost fell over. I don't know if you could see it on camera, but there's like a oil slick on the water, just kind of all over. It filtered fine though. You just have to make sure you don't get any of the top stuff at all. Fortunately, it's deep enough you could submerge a bottle all the way down and get it all, but yeah, it's weird that film on top. Now, for the rest of the day, I think I'm only gonna do about 9 miles, and they say there's a campsite off a road junction. Hopefully it's protected. After that though, it'll just be whatever campsite. But from what I've read, it's gonna be a lot of the same, like really rocky up and down, like down washes type terrain. I had a bunch of that just earlier, and it's slow going, like a mile and a half maybe. So I might be going I mean, it's like 1 o'clock, a little after 1, but 9 miles might take me till 6:30, 5.5 hours. That's what I'm shooting at right now. And then tomorrow we have about 7.5 miles to get to Roosevelt Lake, get our resupply, and shoot out of there. And then it's the big push to Payson. I'm just hoping from Roosevelt towards Payson that the terrain is better. It's not super rough like it has been, and it will be here. This next 9 miles also has 2,600 feet of ascent and descent, so we're gonna be going up and down constantly the whole time. It's gonna be tough, but what else can you do, right? Wouldn't it be any fun if it wasn't tough, right? Then you could talk about it later. So let's go. I also have 4.5 liters of water, so I'll be dry camping again. Next water source is 12 miles, so 3 miles in the morning to get to water, so not bad. Here we go, up and over this climb anyway. I think this is gonna be the high point. Look at the views. Look at the views. What am I even seeing? Oh, we're still going up a little bit more, but wowzers. Look at the mountain ranges. It's insanely beautiful. Far away, but I have Roosevelt Lake in my sights. Now we just had to get there, but first we got to go up another 1,000 feet. Then go down 1,000, go up 1,000, and then start going down. But wow, I'm coming. You better have my package. Way out to my west, you can see a lake and all these mountains. It's beautiful. We're still on a ridge, so it's super windy. I hope you can hear me okay again. They're just beautiful mountains and beautiful clouds. Slightly hazy, but then we got some bushes, but let's skip over that. On the other side of the bushes, we got the lake, more mountains way beyond, shadows of the clouds. Beautiful walk up here. I mean, look at those. Wow. Pretty nice. The trail, you get to consider this. These thorny bushes that are all over the trail, or the prickly pears on the right. Prickly pear on the right, and just above it, thorny bushes. So you gotta use your trekking poles and push them aside, but hope they don't snap you, because they are sharp. Can you hear and see the wind out there? Bridge walking is beautiful, but when it's windy like this, you don't get to enjoy the views as much because you gotta look down and you have to constantly fight the wind from knocking you over. And the other thing is you don't want to get knocked over into those things. So it's a constant struggle. I'm behind a big tree. I bet it's a juniper or something. We're coming up on Pinyon Mountain. Do you think it's a pinyon tree? I forgot. I used to know what they look like, but anyway, super windy. At least I'm not hot. It's just super windy. And so the last climb, big climb begins. I think that is Pinyon Mountain. There's actually a higher part just beyond that. Yeah, I don't know, you can see it there. But we're actually gonna go to the top of this and then skirt the right of the actual top of the mountain. I didn't think we were gonna go that high, but I don't see anything else around here that could be a Pinyon Mountain, so I think that's it. I'm not 100% sure. I felt little twinges in my knee before, past several days, but today it's been getting a little worse. And I look down and you can kind of tell the right knee is below the patella, is more swollen than the left knee. I haven't taken any ibuprofen, but I think tonight I'm going to take at least one, and then tomorrow I'll take one because we have a big climb tomorrow. At least to get through that, and when I get to Payson, I should
be able to take better care of it, ice it and whatnot. But I think I'm gonna, yeah, take an ibuprofen and massage it tonight. All right, we only have 2 miles to go and about 1,000 feet of descent, 100 feet of ascent, which isn't bad. We're actually going around that mountain. We're gonna be on the west side of it, or the east side of it. So my hope is the campsite that's there is protected. I've bet on a lot of things before and I was always wrong. But this time I really hope it's true because it's super windy out here. And it's 5:50 and I have 2 more miles to go. There it is. Coming down here, it's amazing. You can see the shadows of the mountains behind me just laying out across the whole land. The lakes, the hills in front of me have a glow now. It's so beautiful. These things are all over the place, and they're especially all over the trail. They're like thistles. They're really thorny, so you can't really touch them. And I've just been, they're really light too, so I've just been taking them and tossing them over the edge. I didn't do that good a job there. There it goes. Yeah, I just been tossing them over the edge so people don't walk into them because they're really thorny. Well, another instance where the Arizona Trail is not quite marked as well as it should be. There's a road going this way and a road going this way. No signs, no arrows. The gut hook says take a left here, so we're off this way and down. A little bit of sun in the distance. Still so windy here. Starting to get worried. I have 0.9 miles to go before camp, or where I thought I was going to camp, but it's still so windy. And unfortunately, in these hills, it's like swirling. They're coming from every direction. I don't even know which way to turn. But it's just so windy. I heard some noises from up there, and it was weird. It was like a cyclone. You know how you have dust storms that like swirl, but it was a bunch of those thistles, and they were just spinning, and then they just crossed the road and fell down. But it would be horrible to get hit by a whole bunch of those things. I'm gonna have to keep my ears open for them and get ready to run. Whoa, look at that mountain back there. So beautiful. Last bit of sunlight. Well, according to the comments in gut hooks, there's a campsite around here on the right. And it's supposed to be an intersection to a road, but there's nothing. So I'm just gonna have to keep going, and I'm on the old look for the campsite plan again. Here we go. It's 6:40. I've done the miles I wanted to do today. But now, let's hope we find a place in the next 20 minutes. It's starting to get dark. I'm surprised you can see me on camera. 20 minutes. Sometimes I see flat areas, but when I look, it's like dead prickly pears. Huh. Reasonable. Let's check it out. No, this whole place is too canted. It's a lot of that where you get off and look. Fortunately, it's not windy down here, so it's been good, but looking for a spot is always tough. And then you second guess yourself, like, should I have stayed there and worked with it? Should I have cleared it out? Am I gonna find one? Am I gonna find nothing? Just don't know. Yes, I finally found a campsite. Although it's not really a campsite. I actually went about 3 miles further than I really intended, and I wound up at my next water source, and I couldn't pass it because I was going to get water here. If I passed it, maybe, I don't know, I'll have to filter here before I pass it, and it would have taken a lot longer. So a little further up, I just moved a whole bunch of dead branches, and honestly, my tent is blocking
3/4 of the trail. The guy lines are blocking the rest of the trail. But I figure it's been dark. Nobody else is coming. And then usually I get up pretty early, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be nobody coming behind me. I'm only about 4 miles away from Roosevelt Lake. I did not want to be that close, but the problem is if I leave early, the general store is not even gonna be open. So that's why I want to stay like 3 miles back. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna leave tomorrow. I do have to pack up though because my tent's blocking the trail, and it's not a good path. I had to dig up a plant that was on the side. It wasn't really a plant; it was just like grass because it was really pokey. And I just used my shoes and just kicked it until it dug out. Because I'm getting new shoes in Roosevelt, so I can abuse my current shoes all I want. But it was not a fun time walking around looking for camping. I actually twisted my left ankle again, and I think that was the worst one ever. I was just off looking around, and I just didn't see it. And then I had that tailor bunion where the pinky toe area, that part hurts. It's sensitive, and that just bashed into a rock as well. And I don't know, I was hungry. I was just not in a good mood. I know I portray myself like I'm always in a good mood, but I can not be in a bad mood sometimes, and it was bad. So, but I'm settled in. Campsite's okay. It's actually relatively level, and I ate 2 Spam packets to help me cheer up, and I'm gonna eat a ramen with a Knorr chicken pasta side. I found those 2 together are actually super delicious. And I had some couscous left over, so I just tossed that in there, put some bacon bits in there, because I'm getting more couscous at the resupply in Roosevelt. So I'm just pigging out. I'm going to go to sleep soon, though, because I am tired. And I realized I don't have any ibuprofen. When I was packing up for this trail, I saw that the ibuprofen I had in my ditty bag was from the PCT, so I poured it out. I meant to refill it with what I had, but I totally forgot. But at least Roosevelt's only 4 miles away. I'm going to get some there and take some before I start hiking up, I think. Because the right knee, it's feeling a little weird. I don't know. On the PCT, I've had the same thing, but I took a whole bunch of that OsteoRx stuff, and I thought it helped. And I've been taking 2 a day, and you're supposed to take 4 a day, so I think I'm going to up it up 4 a day. And take the ibuprofen to help out. And the 0 at Payson should help out. I'm definitely going to 0 in Payson. It's only maybe Fridays when I'm supposed to be there. It's been a rough day. It's been a rough day, folks. The climbs are crazy. Superstition Wilderness area. That's no joke. Don't underestimate it. I'll tell you more about the campsite stuff before too. But for now, I'm just going to go to sleep. Well, eat and go to sleep and relax. So you all take care, and you have a good night. And I'll talk to you later tomorrow on day 22 tomorrow.